A constant struggle that intermediate artists have when it comes to drawing is to think about line and not form. In this video, I'm going to share with you some techniques that you can use to practice getting better at seeing form through potentially using flat shapes. So in this case here, I'm using my Obelix inker brush. It's available in my Volume 2 brush pack. And I've just made the size very large. I've made it about 1,000 pixels wide. I'm just going to go ahead and create some type of shape. It's a flat shape. It has no surface. It has no depth. It has nothing. And what I can do with this approach is I can now start to give this some form. Now, you might be saying, well, how do I know where to even begin? Well, look at where these shapes tend to intersect at points, like right here. You could use that line and just carry that line through. And over here, we've got another area where potentially maybe we have a line that's coming through. And what we're doing here is we're creating this idea of overlap. Just by extending these lines at these corners, what we're doing is we're creating overlap, and that's going to give us something called depth. So I'm going to just draw a few lines like so. And this is starting to give us a sense of form. Maybe I even have something like this. Now, I've never worked with this shape before. This is all completely created for this video, so I really don't know what I'll be creating here. But I do know that I've now started to see something that looks like it has some structure just by adding those overlapped lines. So now if I want, I can come back in and then start to use the outlines here. And you can start to see that this looks like some type of environment. It could be a lot of things, but I'm kind of realizing it as an environment. Let's have this go down. Carry this over. And I'm not completely following the lines exactly. I'm just using them as a guide. Well, we've taken this flat shape and we've given it a sense of form. Now let's see how we can expand that even further to make this look more interesting. So we can continue to add some more areas of relief or contour, like so. We can establish a sense of a light source. Maybe the light is shining in this direction over here. So I might take some of those contours, kind of connect them like so, and then fill in this area with black. I might add some pockets here where it is dark. Maybe there's like a cavern that we can kind of see through. Same thing over here. Maybe we can add even more overlap, some smaller rocks. And now we're starting to get somewhere with this. Now, it's just, fairly rocky and kind of boring, so I can come back in, add some variety in terms of shapes. I can include some small shapes, maybe some rocks that might be at a slightly different angle. And notice that I'm coloring in with some fills here to kind of give these rocks some form. Then we can come back in and add some vegetation. Perhaps there's a shrub or a bush that's kind of growing between the cracks here. We can add something like that over here as well. And here we have a darkened area. We can add some stippling to give a sense of material. Maybe throw some more shrubbery or vegetation over here. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to give some sense of form. If I wanted to, maybe I can add some elements that are overlapped in front of this rock. Because overlap creates depth. When we have things in front of other things, we can create depth. So we've got now something that looks very interesting. I'll just make this bush just a little bit bigger. I'm varying the pressure of my brush. This is another thing that I see a lot of students in my courses. They are maybe more hesitant to use a bigger size brush, or maybe they haven't played with the pressure curve of their brush. And I think that's a really important thing to do. You want to go ahead and make sure that you have some nice line variance. The way that you can do that is you can change the pressure settings on your brush. You can also bear down a little bit harder on your stylus. So now we've got something that looks kind of interesting, right? Again, I've never really drawn this before. Didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but we can see that there's a lot of possibilities here. We can add some overlap here. Just add maybe a rock. Could even add some hint of a stream just to kind of break up all the rockiness. There's some water, and again, I'm achieving this through simply varying my lines. I've got thin and thick lines. I'll carry the stippling over here. Maybe this is going to be fully closed, and I may want to just alter that shape a little bit to kind of give it more of that cave type feeling. I'm playing with value, so it looks like we can actually go through this cave. We can see something on the opposite side. And there we go. We've just taken this simple shape and now we've given it some structure and some form. So these are some things that I think can help you out, especially if you're struggling with environments. Start off with something simple like this. I think a desert scene is a perfect area that you can start from just to practice this concept, because you can almost turn any, shape into a rock. And from there, you can always add some man-made elements and so on and so forth. But you can see that we were able to very quickly put this together. So if you found some value in this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up so more folks can find it. If you're on the social media streams and you're practicing some of the things that I'm showing you here, you can always tag me. I've got my Instagram account at Krishna Draws. So if you happen to be practicing and you want me to take a look at your work, just tag me and I'll be happy to take a peek. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.